Now, here's a question for you, Miss Clinton. Can someone in a seat of power ask a female who's married legally to give him a blowjob or a hand job and get his DNA on the girl's dress? Not be an abuse of power as well? Now, I know you being Tammy Wynette, stand by your man type lady, that's fine, right? Well, let's admit what he did, right? He took a young, naive girl, right? Got her to give him a Hummer, right? Or a hand job, right? In the Oval Office. And you think that's not as bad as what is happening to the other women today, right? That's still an abuse of power. He led the girl probably to think he might get into a relationship with her too, right? With him too, right? Now, Monica Lewinsky did not become an intern to give President Clinton a blowjob. Or a hand job, right? Now, she probably just spit him out or something like that, like in the song. Go ahead and spit me out. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. That's just as much as an abuse of power, because he's a married man, and you're lying for him, right? Who do you think voted for Trump in the Electoral College anyway? Men. And I think he has a problem with you as well on being the first female president, right? Not me. Him. And he's lying about it to your face, right? You can't trust a man who will abuse a woman, right? Sexually in any way, right? Especially knowing he's married to another woman in the fucking White House and doesn't in the Oval Office, right? What drug is that motherfucker on? Or what brain fart did he did that you think that's a good idea ever? No loving husband does that to his wife, right? I doubt if he even loves you. He's just using you for political gain now too, right? I can tell. And he don't want you to be president, or the party lines were crossed in the Electoral College, right? You won the popular vote, for example, by 3 million votes, right? That means there's people with IDs, valid IDs, who went to the polls and voted for you, right? But they can't have voted if there's that many on party lines. That means the Democrats even voted Republican, right? So that Trump would win. Or you would have won, right? See, when it comes to the Electoral College, there's like 52 people, right? Or 58 people, somewhere in there, right? Well, they vote differently than we do for the popular vote. Now, if you have 3 million more in the popular vote, though it's per state, of course, the only way, if there's a Democrat or a Republican state, for you to lose that election is if everyone in the state was Republican who voted for Trump, right? Now, that would also mean, all right, the Democrats, right, might have flipped on you, right? Well, in the Electoral College, they can do that, right? But that would be not because of the popular vote, but because of your being a female, right? Now, that's just an opinion of someone who went disabled and started hearing voices in 1993, right? When he never heard them before, right? That he could really recall, right? Maybe at 14, he's not sure, but anyway, that's water under the bridge there. But I was never hospitalized for it, nor did I not distinguish and sort of imagining when I was listening to the Black Sabbath record. I remember imagining I saw Satan, but I did not really see him, right? And it was probably based on the cover art on the album or something like that too, right? Or a picture I might have seen them, right? But again, it sort of had black horns and was spreading its wings or something like that. Well, the devil can look like a blonde with blue eyes, Marybelle. Or Anyone. Even you can be a devil. Especially if you got pregnant by a paranoid schizophrenic who you were fucking but didn't want to have a child with, right? But leading him along, right? For 18 months, right? And he knew you were just having sex with him, right? Well, that's why he warned you of all that crap, right? Especially if you're living with one guy, pawning over your ex because he ain't treating you right, and using me as a sex object, right? When I'm trying to find my own girlfriend, and you're acting all crazy about it, right? And you're not telling me your belief that you're one of the two witnesses, but I'm telling you mine, and they're a little different, but you're not thinking of it as male and female dreams differing, right? You don't want to hear all that. Well, I still have a right to confess my sins, even if you're one of them, stupid. And getting you pregnant was just a fluke. Though you can get pregnant by the wrong man too, idiots, even if you still want to think that. But you can't get pregnant by an A positive man and B negative. That won't work, right? That's up to y'all too, right? Well, y'all have sex or not, it's just sex for y'all, right? But the point is, Miss Clinton, when your husband is in the White House and he let some intern, whether she wanted to or not, give him a Hummer or a blowjob or a hand job or something of that nature, and he gets his DNA on her desk, that's just as much of sexual harassment and abuse of power as what these women are coming forward saying today, right? I know you're trying to be Tonya Tucker and stand by your man, right? But you're crazy here, crazy. That's just insane. And I'm paranoid schizophrenic, and I know what it is. I know. Y'all just a nut job. Y'all just a nut job in that marriage. And most women would divorce his ass, right? Oh, no, you're Tonya Tucker. Stand by your man. Even though he abuses power, right? Let me ask you a question, Bill. You think about this. You're in the highest office of the land, right? You're not the president of where? Russia? You're not Saddam Hussein, who has a bunch of women around you. You're not the president of France. You're not the president of the country that has all the hookers. You're a representation of America, right? You think it's okay whether the girl offered the Hummer or not, or the blowjob or not, or the hand job, whatever it was, to get your DNA on her blue jets, right? You think that's not an abuse of power, and just as sexually harassing as the women who are in the sex trade, or being manipulated and forced to be with men they don't want to be with, and stuff like that. Now, yes, she's old enough to consent and knows what she's doing, sure. But you're not supposed to let her either. You're supposed to stop that shit. That's why people are wondering about Paula Jones now too, right? Miss Clinton. You can't support your husband and he's doing all this shit, right? You'd be better off to divorce his ass. Seriously. If you want to run for president again, anyway. Then to stay with him too. That's just my opinion, right? But it's still an abuse of power when the president lets a girl give him a blowjob or a hand job in the office. That's still an abuse of power, right? He's not supposed to do that. He's supposed to be a good president, morally obligated to the United States, right? So that no country can speak out against us and say, look how President Clinton took advantage of this young girl and gave him a Hummer, right? In the Oval Office, right? Everyone knows that's an abuse of power, right? He's taking advantage of a young, naive girl who's looking at him with googly eyes. And probably promised her more too, right? Girls don't normally give someone a Hummer at all. Or even a hand job. Now, I don't know if she asked if he wanted it, right? But even if she did, what she have said, Miss Clinton, no. Now, the problem is, it was proven to a point, right? His DNA was on the dress, and you're just lying to yourself, you're sugarcoating your world, right? Well, here's the reality. Your president abused the power of the White House. And he's a dick. He's not a good man. He's whacking in the head himself, right? And he does not respect women, not even his wife running for office. Now, I can't really figure out without investigating further all the electoral college and their affiliations, whether they're Democrats or Republicans. But if he won, and it's about equal, like in the Senate and the House, right? Unless there's more Republicans than Democrats there too, right? That's why you lost the election, right? The popular vote, you won, right? Whoever's feeding you the lie they're feeding you, it's a lie. That's a lie. I don't care if it's Bill himself, right? Now, but the truth is, he took advantage of Monica Lewinsky like a pimp with a hooker on the street, right? If you don't admit that, you're just as bad as him in some people's eyes, I know. Now, Tonya Tucker stood by her man because he didn't really do her wrong. No. He might have drunk a little, stuff like that, and things like that, but he never beat her or probably cheated on her either. That's what she's talking about in a country song. A man who drinks a little but still a good man, right? Or things like that. Does a little weed or whatever on the side, right? But still a good person, right? Well, the thing is, no one's perfect. That's part of the point of the song, too. But no one married to a woman should ever get a Hummer or a blowjob or a hand job in the Oval Office and is in the highest office of the land, and that not be abuse of power, right? Now, I know some people don't want to hear that, not even me, right? But let's live in the real world, Miss Clinton. Your husband is a dick. He only thinks with one part of his body, his little pea brain that controls his penis, right? If not, he would have stopped her. A decent man would say, no, I'm married, or no, we're in the White House. He had no respect for even the office to even say that. Are y'all crazy? No. Did not see that. And that's why women don't want to support you either. You're not acknowledging that your husband abused his power in that office by letting Monica do it in the offices himself. I know. He's the only president who has a sexual impeachment the whole history of the office, right? Not even Kennedy was dumb enough to get caught with Maryland. They were doing something, right? That's the point there too, right? Now, no assassination of anyone is warranted, right? Unless it's the mob or something like that, right? Or a foreign country. And hopefully it's not an inside job. That would be the worst, right? But the thing is, I can't do nothing about Trump, right? He would have to confess that the women he was with publicly, he could confess anything to God, but he has to confess publicly it really happened, right? Now, we all know no man would do that, right? He don't have to because they didn't catch him in the act, right? That's the problem the women have, right? And they are abused, right? But the problem is, all he has to do is confess to God in his mind and he's forgiven. We all know that, right? He ain't even got to make a public confession, right? So you can't make someone who knows he'll lose his office and might go to jail ever do that, right? Right. Now, I don't have that problem even pretending I would know what to do if my stepdaughter came in there, period, right? But my stories are made up, hypothetical, right? Theirs aren't. Theirs aren't. The women who are coming forward now, right? They're not making it up. You don't imagine shit like that. You don't even dream shit like that normally, right? Unless, like I said, you're making it up and they're attacking you on it. Your wife says it never happened, and then you say, "Well, okay, I dreamed it," because they won't let it go, right? Like you were there. Like you were there. Were you there when they crucified my Lord? Were you? Were you? John was, and he was the only male there who changed his testimony from his Gospels to the book of Revelations. I guess they want to pretend because it was so late in his life, he lied there, but told the truth in the Gospel. Though he used the two different words for one for male chest and then one for female chest. It ain't that odd. There's only two words that apply in the Greek, one for the male and one for the female. There's no neutral word, right? Like our chest, right? You're trying to make it the neutral word. It's not a neutral word in Greek. You're lying, Catholics. You're trying to hide your own crime. You're siding with the beast who wants you to think God's male. So does Satan, though he's androgynous, right? But he's locked in his image too. And he murdered himself by drowning in the ocean or sea or river, right? Doesn't matter the source. And the sea animals fed off his corpse. As he lay decaying in the sea. So don't worry about him. He's dead and in the grave himself, right? But he's controlling it to a point, at least his side, right? Now, if you're lucky enough to make it into paradise, again, that's on your faith in Jesus, though none of us are in the truth till this day. Even the disciples deceived us 50-50, right? And act like they were doing what they did in the Old Testament. No. When you write a letter to someone, that's more confusing than when you talk to them orally anyway. A letter can be taken out of context and they don't know the actual cadence of the writer, right? And any statement can be misconstrued as well, and you don't really know what the writer means. Now, for example, Paul says it is a shame for women to speak in the church, right? Well, was he talking about while the pastor was preaching in the pews, right? However they did it then, right? Or sitting in the crowd, right? And speaking during this, however they preached back then. From the Old Testament mainly until they started writing the New, right? Now, the New wasn't even in existence when they first, started teaching Jesus anyway, right? It wouldn't be till another 20 to 30 years till Paul started writing about it anyway, in the, I think, 80s, 50s or something like that, right? Well, that's when, they started adding to the Old Testament and created the New, right? And a lot of things changed as it went on. The Gnostics popped up. The Orthodox were arguing with them about certain details, right? And they were trying to bring out different ideas from John and Paul too, right? That God was androgynous, that Adam was a hermaphrodite. Trying to tell you things that didn't quite resonate with the Orthodox, right? Well, the thing is, an Orthodox can be just as wrong as the Gnostics were for the way they were talking about it, right? Now, of course, sarcasm in a letter, you have to compare the whole, not just a little bit, right? Now, when Paul said also, a woman shall not teach nor usurp authority over a man, right? The key word there is usurp. meaning without permission of God, like Deborah had or Huldah had, you cannot teach or have authority over a man, right? But if, like Deborah and Huldah, you do, you can both have authority and teach over men, right? If all God has is a woman, he'll use a woman, right? Right. Now, some men are so vain, they would sooner be killed by another man than a woman, shit like that too, right? Well, I know anyone can be murdered by a male or a female. And like I said, you're not supposed to murder anyone, and especially a male thinking he's one of the two witnesses, though he had a different dream than you two, right, Maribel? So how many times I have to tell you, you cannot kill any man who thinks he's one of the two witnesses, though he had a different dream than you, outside of Jerusalem. All God will do is heal me as I'm walking away from you, right? And you can walk away from me too, but like I said, I won't fall over. I'll just go back in the house, lock the door, and then try and find my watch again, right? Which is what I gave you as proof that I'll rise from the dead, right? Now, you can either bring it back and say sorry or not. I don't care. I don't care. But don't pretend it's because of my house being this little strode, right? I'm not one of these husbands who's not really disabled from the 3-story fall. I told you why that would happen anyway, right? When you break a bone, you get what's called arthritis in it. And it's really hard to heal the arthritis even if the bone is properly healed itself. But my bones aren't even properly healed. They're not even in alignment anymore because of the way they healed in the hospital. They were acting that somehow that X-Fix would fix all that, line out their asses, right? And I didn't even know about it until 2014, I think, anyway, and what was all wrong, right? So anyway, now the thing is, I'm just trying to wait for a girl who wants to be with me anyway, Maribel. If you're happy with Steve Zimbarski, fine. Ain't my business. If you want to go to Jerusalem with him and not me, you can't. But if you go with the wrong person, what do you think will happen? There you go. But is Shane resurrecting without you? Yeah. Know what he means? If he's faithful to God and you're not, and you're trying to murder an ex-lover who got you pregnant, that's just insane. That's just insane. God can't let you do that, whether Shane's one of the two witnesses or not. In your mind, it knows why it chose Shane to do what he's doing for it too, right? You don't, right? You don't even care. You're not even worried about it. You don't want to know the truth. You think your Catholic doctrine can save you. No, that's wrong. It's the Catholics themselves who are lying to us. And then the Baptists and then the rest of you. And your fucked up beliefs, right? Especially that God is a man only, right? You're so sure, huh? And would never be female, right? We'll see. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.